Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy, and welcome to the 2020-21 FIA Nations Series in Gran Turismo Sport. Tonight we are at Catalunya in the Group 3 car. So car of the choice in the meta car tonight, the Lexus RCF. So I have chosen that car in hopes of increasing my DR. Will it work? Well, you have to stick around to find out. So jumping out here in qualifying, like I said, the RCF is the meta car. Also seen some people do well in the Porsche and the WRX. A couple other cars I've seen on the grid, Aston, a few others, but not with that much frequency. But anyway, so I guess we'll go on the strategy here. If you watch Mista, that's MISTAHMCA, he says the way to go is the two-stoppers. Who am I to argue with the world's most okay player? Not me. So my plan was to use the two-stop strategy. You have to use the racing medium tires. The racing soft tires are available. The racing softs go about 5 to 6 laps, depending on which car you have. And at the end of 5, they are pretty toasty in the RCF. At least when I'm driving them, they are. Other cars like the WRX, the Mitsubishi Eclipse, Eclipse, not the Eclipse, just the Evo. Sorry. They can maybe stretch them out to 6 sometimes. The Porsche as well. So they may do a one-stopper with like a 6 soft, 7 medium, or 7 medium, 6 soft. If you want to flip it the other way around, especially if you start in the back of the grid. But like I said, I'm going to try and get at the front of the grid and just start on the softs, push out front, avoid any trouble, and hopefully, fingers crossed, get a decent result and get out of here with some good DR for the Manufacturer Series. So I tend to push on this course a little too hard. I don't know why. I don't have patience here. I just don't. I just do not. I cannot get it into my brain just to not push so hard on this track. And I don't know why. I'll tell myself to just don't push so hard. So anyway, come out of qualifying in P5 with a 144.458. And we've got a lot of races to cover here. So we are going to just go really quickly through the intro and down to the track. And you will see there I am in P5. So it is a grid start, false start check. So we're going to wait for the lights to go off before we get on the throttle. Waiting patiently here. Old man reflexes kick in, and I get a decent start. Not, the jump of a lifetime or anything, but it's not like it was a terrible start either. So I will take it. Heading into corner 1, the idea is to get through this corner in your position. Hopefully get a couple positions and not get any SR down. So I hanging around the outside here, giving room to hog sauce on the inside there. And when I do, well, I left the door open there for old Ivan Ival, or however you say that last name, Ivan Ival, I don't know. So go around, get a little bit of a cutback here. I wish someone would come out and I could have got some slipstream. So get on the brakes, try and stick it on the inside. Get lucky. He leaves the door open for me, so I leave it there. He turns in on me a little bit. Now that was his fault. That was not my fault. As I go into this next corner, I drive too slow. Gets in the rear quarter panel of my car, so I drift around that left-hander and let Ivan Eval back in front. Now someone up ahead got a penalty for being naughty, and that looks like possibly I drive too slow. Not sure what he got that for there, as it was it wasn't I drive too slow got that. It was Hog Sauce got that 1 second penalty. So I'm not sure what he did to deserve that, but he serves his penalty as we come into the hairpin here, and I just tap the back of Ivan and get an SR down. I'm like, oh, doggone it. One thing you don't want is the SR downs, as those add up during the race. You will get a mighty hit on your SR, and you could possibly get a DR reset. As you can see, I am pushing way too hard there, sliding through that corner and just tearing up my tires, just not driving well. We will move forward here to lap 2 as I am, well, within the slipstream of Ivan, and hoping to make something happen here on turn 1. And what would really help is if someone jumped out of the slipstream. Preferably I drive too slow, as he does right there on cue. So I'm gonna send it down the inside of Ivan in turn 1, and I drive too slow, really cautious into turn 1 there, as I hit him from behind and get an SR down again. So 3 laps, 3 SR downs. Okay, I know this is not good. This is actually pretty terrible. If I keep this pace up, I'm going to be an E-rated driver by the end of this race. So I really need to calm down, chill out, drive a little more cautiously. So you see I get on the brakes a little bit early there to not hit him, and then it almost sends Ivan into my back bumper. Trying to race and be cautious at the same time, not always the easiest task, especially if someone has a different pace than you. As I get another SR down for tapping, I drive too slow in that corner, and this is I'm not trying. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to hit him, but there are sections of the track where sometimes you're faster than someone, and there are sections of the track where sometimes that person who you're faster than is faster than you. So sometimes you're braking and where you're fast and where you're slow don't mesh together. Right now, me and I drive too slow. We aren't meshing. So I either need to get by him or I need to pass him. And as you see, I almost get in the back of him again. And a lot of this is my fault for not practicing in the slipstream very much for this race. I don't like Catalunya. I really do not. And I just really want to jump in here and try and get a top 10 finish and get that DR up. But now I am in a battle, and my SR is definitely going to take a hit. I know that. So I just need to try and keep it clean. Going down around the outside in turn 1, I drive too slow on the brakes a little bit early. I think he lets me through there. I think he's going to try and jump in my slipstream and let me try to haul him up to P4, hog sauce up there. But it looks like he's getting in a battle in the back there with Ivan, which is good for me, as hopefully I'll be able to get out of their slipstream, which I do. So lap 5 ahead in the pits is everyone else in front of me also heading in the pits on the soft tires. So we seem to be on the same strategy, which is good because then you kind of know what is around you and what tire they are on, which I like very much. So as you can see the gap there, about 2.7 seconds in front and 1.5 seconds behind. This is good because, you know, the SR won't be hurt, but I see hog sauce up there. Went a little wide in the corner, picked up a half-second penalty. So that will bring him a little bit closer to me. And by lap 7, I catch up to hog sauce. And we are both, again, on that soft tire. So boding well. I mean, the WRX is usually pretty good on tires. I wasn't expecting to catch up to him like I did, but he has a bad exit coming out of the chicane. I'm able to just easily outrun him down the straight here. Move the brake balance towards the front just in case I need to outbrake him in turn number 1, and get on the brakes there right at that little black box on the left. Hang it down through turn 1. He catches up to me a little bit as we go in there. No major issues though. I'm able to make that move stick. Heading out of here, going towards the tight right-hander. Another chance for the WRX to kind of shine, as it does have that cornering ability, you know, a little more so than the Lexus does. And I go a little wide through there, just pushing too hard, but get a decent exit. Put my brake balance back to 0, as I don't want to kill my tires completely. As I head into this corner, I get it right on the apex, really nice. Get on the gas, power out, but I get on the turf as I'm on the loud pedal, and that steers me off into the wall. So immediately lose 4 seconds to hog sauce, and then Ivan Hall passes me up, and now I have lost another position. So move on to lap number 9. I now have a Porsche joining the fray, as Crash Air has caught up to me, as his tires in the Porsche tend to last a wee bit longer than the old Lexus. And with my untimely accident earlier, I have allowed him to catch up to me. So after lap number 9, we're on lap number 10 here, and the Porsche has a really nice run on me down the straight, as he is well within my slipstream. So I'm going to get on the brakes a little early here, let him slide underneath me, and then I'm going to jump right in his slipstream and let him pull me forward. And hopefully I can catch someone who maybe tries to go a little long on their tires, or in fact, or just stay out in front of RT93 Quartz TV and just use that slipstream to my advantage. So that's what I do. We head into the pits here on lap 10. You see Vito and TPC Kermit were on the medium tires. Now I'm going to head to the medium tires at the end here for my last 3 laps. See the pit crew working hard to get the Lexus out of the box. We head back out onto the track. I came in P7 I will come out in P8 as TK8 passes me up another Porsche. So the Porsche is making the late charge as usual. Now, I used to be a Porsche driver for the Manufacturer Series. I do like the Porsche, and at this point I was thinking, you know what? Why didn't I try the Porsche here? I didn't know how to drive the car, and I probably would have been, I tend to drive a little more conservatively in the Porsche, and let the tires do the work late in the lap. But so it's like, well, too late now. I put too many laps in with the Lexus, so I won't be switching for the next race, which is inevitable because I know my SR has taken a hit. So yes, there will be another race after this one. Question is, where will I finish in this one? So let's fast forward a little bit and find out. And to lap 12, about to start the final lap, and things are kicking off in front. Possibly an opportunity to pick up a position 2 or even 3 if things really go my way. As we head down the straight, I'm trying to get into that slipstream, and I'm just falling back as that Porsche is really moving in the slip of the Lexus in front of me. Now he's going to peek out to the right, is TK8. He's going to look to the inside, then thinks better of it, slips back to the outside. That costs him just a couple tenths, which is just what I needed to get into the slipstream. So I get into the slipstream of TK8. He's got a half-second penalty, and I'm looking at Quartz TV up there and thinking possibly the way I've caught these two guys, I possibly could maybe overtake Quartz TV if I can get past ATK T8, but there's not going to be a lot of time to get any moves done because there's not a whole lot of track left here. Now, TK8 again looking to try and get in front of Quartz TV there, and I was a little mesmerized by the fight in front of me. I break a little late there, and I'm kind of kicking myself for it because now it's not quite in the slipstream like I was before, and these two are battling. And really, I almost could have followed TK8 through that if I'd just been a little more patient and could have got right on Quartz's rear bumper, but he just didn't drive well right through that section. But I still have an opportunity. He serves a penalty here. Now all I got to do is get on the brakes on time. I do so right there at the black box. Going to go down the inside, but Quartz TV almost comes to a stop on the apex, and I smoke him from behind, get a second penalty. I let TK8 just go by because it's inevitable at this point. I'm not going to finish in front of either of those guys. Oh, I'm totally just kicking myself. That is 4, maybe 5 SR downs and a penalty. I've got my fingers crossed right now that this does not equal a DR reset for me. I cannot afford another DR reset. As I finally moved my way back up to 36,000, I just want to jump in this race and get some more DR for the Manufacturer Series and just maintain my SR at 99. That's not going to happen. So finish this race in P8. Pretty disappointed with my effort in that race. So jumping back to the lobby, you can see the damage is SRA. That's not good. We have to do another race. That has got to come back up. Luckily, the DR not damaged too bad. So jump into this lobby here, and I'm in door number 3 in the naughty lobby. And I head out to qualify. I'm behind DNA Hookah here in this qualifying lap. Tantalizingly close to him the entire lap. Couldn't quite get in the slipstream, which means I qualify in P5. So we're just going to head right to the start of this one. I'm going to take off here behind DNA Hookah, who is in the Porsche, who lights up the rear tire, so he does not get a good start. So I go to look down the inside, but there is somebody there, so I decide to go around the outside and see if I can make something happen around the outside lines. That BMW just scooting on the start, I tell you what. So hanging around the outside there, keep it clean. 2 of the folks in front go off track, but we come through okay in P number 4, heading to this right-hander here, just trying to keep it as clean as possible. So I got another Lexus on my rear end. Now I'm thinking I'm looking pretty good heading into this corner here. Get on the brakes in that shadow there, and Lexus really sends it down the inside, pushes me out, and I just get freight trained through this corner. So P3 doing me no favors there. So I get on the brakes and I send it down the inside of Hookah, as the Lexus that sent it down the inside of me, he goes off track. So, oh well. So he cost me a couple positions and then died in the sand just moments later. I got Hookah all over my rear end, and I'm trying to get back on the P4's rear bumper as we come through this right-hander. Feeling a little bit bad about just being door-to-door Hookah through all those turns, but man, he got a really poor start there at the beginning of the race. So I sent it down the inside of Hookah. Absolutely wretched move by me, and I get an SR down for it. Deservedly so, but I let him back through there in front of him. For Danny Nader there. I felt pretty bad about that. That was quite a launch there into that turn. I tend to take that hairpin a little hot, so I really needed to back off a little bit a couple times there, as that's caused me a couple SR downs now in 2 races. So things settle down a little bit. Things the gaps kind of begin to form, and lap 2. I'm all over the backside of Danny as first, second, and third, really battling up front there. I do a little fakey fake to the inside. Now after that hairpin, he probably thought I was going to send it, so he brakes late, and I managed to make my way through, catch up to backdoor galore here by lap 13, but it's too little, too late. There wasn't much else that went on that race. I just lapped by myself, which was good for my SR. I really needed that. So race 2, as you say, go outside there. Avoid death as I finish the race in P4 of race 2, but more importantly, the SR back up. So I get an SRA, but it's a blue A. So that SR went from 72 to 79 after that race, but 79 is not very good. I really need to increase that. So I have to jump into another race. Qualified in second in this race. Again, this grid start, man, you don't know what is going to happen at the beginning of these races with this grid start. Take off here. The Porsche to my left gets a better start than Hookah did in the last race. And we head down towards turn 1. It is a drag race between me and the Porsche. Now, I'm going to get on the brakes here just a tad too late for being on the inside. I was able to hold the corner, but kind of got door into door with the Porsche there, who then comes back on track and gets into my door, allowing Pasco to go around the outside as the Porsche then kind of escorts him almost off the track. He might have a little bit dirty tires there, and he must, because then he just flies off the track there at the end of corner 1. So rough start for P1 there. Kind of felt bad. Some of that might have been my fault. As you can see, the arrows flying in, the daggers coming at you on that left-hander. Things settle down here right about now, and I'm in P3, and I really just need to get some clean laps in, because I need this SR out of the 70s range. I need to get back in the 80s here. So on to lap number 8. I'm on the back bumper of Pasco, or Pasaco. What is it? Is it Pasco? Pasco 99, the Canadian driver in the Lexus. All over his rear end. I give him a look to the inside. He leaves the door open. I get into his door a little bit elbows out there for old Geauxgreddy. That was not very clean as we head into this next corner. Feeling kind of bad about it, and I get on the brakes way too late there. He gets the cut back, and Zucona also comes through, who is a pretty quick driver. I remember right, he's typically a high A, low A plus driver, if I remember right. So I knew he had some good pace, so he comes through, and like I said, I was feeling kind of bad about that previous move that I did on P2 there. And he goes deep, coming through the hairpin, so I get to make the move back on him. That time was clean. I wasn't naughty that time, so I made it through there clean. It was odd, as I did not get an SR down as Zucona goes off-road in his WRX, slides it sideways there, and so I'm going to make a move around the outside there of Zucona with his dirty tires. Then I get an SR down for that. So I don't get an SR down when I murder Pasco in the corner, but I get one when the driver goes off track and then comes back in and hits my door. So this game sometimes just makes absolutely no sense. This penalty system is so broken. You know, you race pretty clean, you get some little bumps, you get SR downs. You race dirty as heck, you run each other off the track. No one gets an SR down or a penalty. It's just mind-boggling. You don't know what's going to happen. So just do your best and hope for the best. So after we pit, we come back out, we do some laps. We finish in P3. But the best news is the SR is back to S. So I need one more race to bring it back up to 99, because we were sitting at 87 right there, and we had one SR down. So I really need that perfect race as we go into a really weird lobby here. As you can see, I'm in door number 6. And I'm the last of the A's before the D's. So it's A's, maybe A plus there, Pooh Bear up at the top. And Rip Bueller And then it's like, whoop, D's. Like, there was no one between A and D that could have come in this lobby. And the reason I say that is because this causes all kinds of mayhem in qualifying. So this is what Gran Turismo Sport does. They murder your SR, then they stick you in lobbies with SR drivers that just aren't very fast. It's like they're way slower than you are. And it just causes this. So me and Rip Bueller are faster than Twisty Twister here. And I'm trying to get by him without being a jerk. Because we just need to get out front of Twisty Twister. He can get behind us and use our slipstream, but he is bound and determined to start up front on his qualifying lap. I don't blame him. I understand. I know why. I like to be out front as well. But typically, if someone that I know is a lot faster than me and they're behind me as we're about to start a qualifying lap, I let them by, because I know that I'm just going to hold them up and it's going to cause us both problems. So as me and Rip Bueller backing off here comes this Beetle. They're trying to come through hot, and we're just trying to put some space between us and Twisty Twister. And the NSX just runs me off the track there. So I'm just like, all right. So he gets a second penalty. It looked like he intentionally just ran me off. D drivers. I just threw my hands up and I was like, all right, I'm just going to exit. I'm just going to come out behind everybody. So I do that. I exit. I come out way behind everyone. Plenty of room. I have this Porsche here that's coming by me on the left. He is door number 20. So not the guy I want to be behind. And I'm like, I just want to be by myself, just all alone. So I back way off. Well, you can't even see him in the distance. He's way up there. Like way up there. I give him like almost the entire straight ahead of me. So come around. I was purple sector through there. And I'm starting to catch him. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, I couldn't have given him more gap than that. And then not only am I catching him, I'm catching like these two other cars that are up here. One of them's got a penalty. And I'm scratching my head. This guy goes off, comes back on the track right in front of me. The Volkswagen, I'm flashing my lights. I'm just flashing my lights steady right now. I'm just flashing my lights. I'm like, look, I'm coming through. Just move out of the way. And I've avoided like 2 or 3 cars on this lap. And it is utterly insanity. So I catch the Porsche here, and I'm trying, like I said, he's got his right to his qualifying lap, but this is his second lap on these tires. He's not going to be faster here. And so now he's just completely holding me up right here. And I'm trying to be polite, and I'm flashing my lights at him. I'm like, just move out the way. So I make a clean pass down the inside of him on the final turn, and I'm going to cross the line with watch this, a P2. I qualified second somehow with like the worst qualifying I've had yet. So apparently Bam and Pooh Bear and everyone else were held up worse than me. As you can see, lighten him up too early on the start there. He is going to fall back. So after all the craziness and mayhem in qualifying, I am behind Rip Bueller. Now I was hoping he was going to stay to the left there and keep Bam Bloodstain behind him, but he doesn't want Bam behind him. He knows better than that. Because we all know Bam likes to send it. So he moves over in front of me. So thanks a lot there, Rip Bueller. Appreciate that. So Bam comes around the outside of me here on turn 1. No surprise. Not a problem. I'm gonna hang on the slipstream. I want a clean race bonus is what I want. So I was hoping to start up front as Bam goes off road in there in his WRX. I just want a clean race. I was hoping I'd be behind Rip and Pooh Bear with Bam right there with us, and we could just lap P1 through 4 and just not murder each other. So Bam gets a half-second penalty. I'm like, do I really want to pass Bam and have him behind me? He goes a little slow there. I'm like, you know what? No, don't do it, Greddy. Don't send it down the inside of him. Just let him serve his penalty, and then you just keep on going on your merry way. So he does. He serves his penalty. And I make the pass there. And I would say I set my sights on Rip Bueller. Rip Bueller actually had really nice pace here on this track in the Lexus. Much better than I did. So as I tried to catch up to Rip, it was in vain because I wasn't going to stay in a slipstream anyway. So fast forward on to lap number 5. I'm going to head in the pits here, and what you're going to notice here is TPC Pooh Bear, who has made his way back from like P11 or something. I don't even remember what it was. He started pretty far back there. Had a great turn 1. He keeps going. So TPC Pooh Bear does not come in, so he is going to run the one-stop strategy. And I come out behind Rip Bueller. And as you can see, Bam now on the medium tire. So it gives me an opportunity to put some gap on Bam, which I am very happy to see, because any space between me and Bam is good space. Not that Bam and I race each other dirty. I know Bam likes to send it, and he does not always drive as courteously as I would hope he would. So anyway, heading into lap number 10, I come in. Again, TPC Pooh Bear passes us in the pits. So he is about 5 seconds out in front of me. No way I'm going to catch him. He's got better pace than I do around here anyway. So last lap, we got lap traffic, and something happens up here, and Pooh Bear must have had a penalty or something. Him and Rip Bueller must have gotten tangled up, or something happened. Didn't see the lap traffic here and went off course. Don't know what happened, but nearly caught up to him here on the last lap. But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right, folks? So so coming around through the lap traffic, the ghosted lap traffic here, which was unusual. It's just kind of strange. Makes it hard to drive, driving through the ghosts. Come around to finish in P3, but most importantly, did so with no SR downs. Grabbed 1800 DR on the evening after 4 races of Catalunya, which I don't even like Catalunya, and finished the last race in the WRX. So that was kind of fun. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe, and come back and check out some more. For myself, Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. DJcLean, take us out of here.